Thanks so much for tuning in to this First Alert Weather Plus forecast. I'm Audrielle Tackett. Let's talk about what is on the way. We've been dealing with this inversion for weeks at this point. Is it going to continue into this weekend? Possibly, possibly not. We are expecting the gray, dreary skies in the valleys for the next couple of days, at least until Friday morning. But we are looking at the possibility of the inversion breaking up this weekend, starting Friday. We have some winds coming into play with low pressure, some troughing coming into the area as well. That is hopefully going to mix up our atmosphere enough to clear out some of our skies, although not expecting precipitation still at this point. By next week, we have high pressure building back into the region once again. That is going to bring another inversion that we anticipate at this point. So as of Wednesday, middle of the work week, this is the setup that we have. We have high pressure that's been dominating, spinning clockwise over the west coast for the most part. But to the south of the northwest, there is an area of low pressure far off the coast of California. There's also an area of low pressure to the east of us, which will start to impact us. It is currently impacting Great Lakes area, the Midwest, portions of the East Coast, but it will start to impact us over the next several days. For now, the time being, high pressure still dominating. We still have this air stagnation advisory for southwest Idaho and eastern Oregon. It has been extended multiple times, and it is now in place until Friday at about 5 a.m. because of the inversion, the poor mixing, and the temperatures increasing with height. All things of an inversion that we've already been talking about for the past couple of weeks now. So as that inversion continues to stay in place until Friday, we see that cool air stick around. We've barely been making it to the freezing point. Rather, we've mostly been staying just below that. We'll continue to see that trend through the end of the work week. Then when that inversion does finally get broken up a little bit, then we will see those temperatures start to slowly but surely increase into the beginning of the next week. And our upper level pattern will show us how we expect these areas of low pressure to break up our inversion, that is. So this is the same setup that I showed just a few moments ago with high pressure dominating, low pressure to the south, and then a big trough off to the east of us. Now, the ridge of high pressure is going to be shifted to the west as this low pressure continues to travel further inland. It will kind of intersect with the area of low pressure that's off to the east, and so it will those two areas of low pressure will come together, dipping this trough further south enough that it could impact the northwest just a little bit. Again, it's going to be not significantly strong. If anything, it will just send a cold front through. It will bring some winds as well, enough to mix up our atmosphere. There is a slight chance that the mountains get a shower. Doesn't look very likely. Treasure Valley, Magic Valley, looking at no chances of precipitation for the next week ahead of us. So this trough comes in for the weekend, gives us some partially cloudy skies maybe, but then look at this ridge of high pressure moving back in once again by next Tuesday, and that's going to bring us another inversion shortly after this one comes to an end. So Treasure Valley, despite that cold front coming through on Friday, we're still looking at no chances of precipitation. It's not going to trigger any showers. Mountains may have a slight chance elevated at the start of the next week, but still relatively low chances, less than a 20% chance of seeing any showers, even in those high elevations, all the way through next Wednesday. Now, Sun Valley, looking ahead at the next 3 days, you can see that temperatures stay very stagnant until Friday, again, because that inversion is still holding until Friday at the earliest. Those warmer temperatures will take place in the mountains, warmer than what they typically see that time of year. Then that inversion gets broken up and mountains are returning back to their normal territory, which is cooler than the valley. So by Saturday this weekend, Sun Valley looking at single digits to start the day, warming up to the upper 20s, closer to the low 30s also. McCall will see that same pattern, but maybe just see temperatures a little bit cooler. So Thursday and Friday, while that inversion is still in place, warmer air is still higher in elevations. Mountains are seeing single digits in the west central area and rising to the mid to upper 20s. By Saturday, the inversion breaks up a little bit, mountain temperatures drop, and McCall is potentially seeing negative digits for the start of their day. So sub-zero potentially to start the weekend for McCall, only warming up to the low side of the 20s. Twin Falls is going to see a similar pattern, patchy fog possible in the mornings and the evenings, as we've seen with this inversion. Still possibility of seeing freezing fog as we have sub-freezing temperatures in the mornings and the afternoons. By the weekend, hopefully that inversion does break up a little bit and you can see temperatures start to get slightly warmer for the valleys. We potentially will be seeing some more sunshine. Boise going to be on that same timeline where Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that inversion gets broken up a little bit. We're hoping for partially cloudy skies, if not mostly sunny skies. That's a possibility this weekend. Those temperatures start increasing. We're getting back towards normal territory somewhat, but again, by Tuesday of next week, we are looking at the possibility of starting another inversion. Thanks so much for tuning in to this First Alert Weather Plus forecast. We'll catch you next time.